So what I have here is three different knives that I have, or actually Jim found, I think this one just last week. All three of these knives were found in public parks right near the surface, just in the grass, just a half-inch deep, right? And are we really destroying the ground when we're in parks? You know, if metal detecting is prohibited in your parks, it's kind of sad that park services or cities prohibit metal detecting in parks. We're not destroying the ground, we are cleaning the ground out. I pick up a lot of trash. I pick up glass in tot lots. I pick up pop cans in the park. I pick up trash in the park. I'm just cleaning the ground as I go. And a majority of metal detectors do the same thing. We are doing the parks a service. We are cleaning the ground out. I've found a lot of needles, hypodermic needles in top lots, right? There's no reason why there should be a prohibition or a ban on metal detecting in city parks. People can use knives like this in parks. We should be able to pick them up. If people are able to litter in parks and get away with it, we should be able to pick that litter up, right? And we're not destroying the ground. You know, a lot of cities out there have this unreal idea or perception of what we're doing in the parks. We do not destroy the ground. Ground squirrels, gophers, dogs crapping in the park and playing in the park destroy the ground. We do not destroy the ground. You've seen this, you've seen these knives, live digs, right? Live digs in parks. There's a lot of hazards in parks. We get a lot of stuff off the surface. We do get some deeper stuff, but if you have a prohibition of metal detecting in your parks, show them this video. Send this video to the city or the parks department. We are doing them a service. What I do is I clear out the sprinkler heads so they can maintain those sprinkler heads a lot easier, and those sprinkler heads can come up easier. They're really easy to spot, right? We don't destroy sprinkler heads. We know what they are. And if you can clean out that sprinkler head wherever it's at, we're doing them a great service, because sometimes it's really hard to find those sprinkler heads when they come out and try to repair them or maintain them. And what I do is I just dig a little hole, just dig a small little hole around those sprinkler heads so it keeps it clear, so that riser can come up, so it doesn't break the head off, because the grass grows over the sprinkler heads, and it can bind up and it can break that riser off there. And just doing myself, it's actually making it easier for me too. So I know it's a sprinkler head. I can find it, dig a hole around it, and clean it out, and it can be maintained a lot easier, and it's just easier on that sprinkler head. That's just a few of the things that we do in parks. And you know, we're not destroying the ground. We are not destroying the ground. You know, at certain times I'm not going to dig in parks because it's dry. You know, the grass can go brown. But majority of the time in my area, if the grass is green, you're not going to kill the grass, right? It's a huge misconception that a lot of people have. Doesn't matter what kind of plug you have. I dig bigger holes because it keeps those grass roots intact. If you dig smaller holes in grass, it's going to destroy the grass, right? You're gonna have a little brown spot there, but not my area. My area is, I've dug quite a few holes out in my grass here. You know, in about end of May or so, I start getting some rings around it, but that little ring only lasts for about 2 weeks, you know, until all the grass is brown, pretty much, anyway. You know, 70% of the year, you can't kill grass, right? In my area, at least in my area, in my rich soil here, really mineralized ground here. But if you guys are having problems with not being able to metal detect in your parks, it's public property, right? There should not be bans on metal detecting in parks. You know, if there's a lot of people there, I'm not going to detect in that park because I don't want to get in the way of other people trying to have fun. And in tot lots, I'm not going to get in the way of kids. You know, tot lots are pretty tough to dig in some days. I just don't want to be around kids. Kids are really unpredictable in tot lots, and I don't want to get in the way. And you know, tot lots have a lot of hazards in them. You know, I find a lot of nails in tot lots, a lot of sometimes glass in tot lots, and I remove that stuff out of the tot lots. Safer. It's safer when you have a person metal detecting when you have metal detectors in parks. It actually makes it a safer park. You know, hypodermic. I find once in a while I'll find hypodermic needles, and I'll just put it in my bag. You know, I do carry a hypodermic a syringe tube in my bag. I haven't found one in a while, but you know, they're out there. Hypodermic needles are out there. I find a lot of caps in tot lots. A lot of hypodermic caps in tot lots. But if you guys are struggling with getting permission, you don't even really need permission to hunt on public property. You know, it's pretty sad that you know a lot of these cities and a lot of these city councils put bans on metal detecting in parks. You know, we are doing the community a service. You see how many times I go to garbage cans and I'm just dumping my bag out from all the trash I find in parks. I'm just cleaning the parks out. We're just trying to have fun like everybody else is using the parks, you know? Everybody else has that right to use the parks. We should have that right. Our activity is a hobby, and our activity is beneficial to parks, right? Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.